Have you ever felt like you're living someone else's life? Like, deep down, something inside you knows you weren't meant to be average, but you've spent years pretending to be normal. Until one day, something snaps. And that's the moment your real life begins. You see, most people don't even get that moment. They live their whole lives in a loop. Wake up, survive, repeat. But some people, the rare ones, start to feel it. A quiet tension beneath their skin. A whisper in the back of their mind. This isn't all there is. At first, you try to silence it. You drown it on Netflix, TikTok, fake smiles, small talk. You follow the rules. You play the role. You nod when they tell you, be realistic, be grateful, don't ask for too much. And then something happens. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe someone breaks your heart. Maybe you're just staring at the ceiling one night, wondering why you feel empty, even when everything looks fine. And that's when it hits you. You're not broken. You're not crazy. You're just awakening. They told you life was linear. Study hard, get a job, pay bills, retire. And maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get a few years of peace before you die. That's the script society handed you. And like a good actor, you followed it. But here's the truth no one told you. You were never meant to be part of their system. You were meant to build your own. The anxiety, the restlessness, the dissatisfaction, they're not signs of failure. They're signals. Your soul trying to wake you up from the matrix. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you made a decision that felt scary but real? That feeling in your gut, the electric mix of fear and freedom, that's you meeting the edge of your comfort zone. And just beyond that edge is the version of you you've always known was there. The one who creates instead of obeys. The one who speaks truth instead of pleasing everyone. The one who lives with purpose instead of routine. The one who doesn't wait for wealth, but activates it from within. Because here's the most powerful truth they never taught you. You already have the blueprint. You were born with it. It's in your mind, your energy, your DNA. But from the moment you were born, they buried it. With fear, with doubt, with debt, shame, and distractions. They told you money is hard. They told you success is only for the few. They told you your dreams were childish. And worst of all, they made you believe it was your fault that you didn't feel fulfilled. But what if I told you were never broken? You were programmed to forget who you really are. Now you're beginning to remember, not because someone gave you permission, not because life got easy, but because something in your spirit refuses to stay asleep. You feel it now, don't you? That pressure in your chest, that fire behind your eyes. It's not stress. It's potential trying to break free. And once you start to remember, you can never go back to sleep. But here's the thing about waking up. It's not peaceful. It's chaotic. It's like being pulled out of a deep sleep and staring straight into the sun. Your mind will fight you. Your body will crave comfort. Your friends will say you've changed. And they're right, because you're no longer hypnotized. You start questioning everything. Why am I working a job I hate? Why am I always broke, no matter how hard I try? Why do I feel like I'm meant for something more, but I can't reach it? That's not a midlife crisis. That's code breaking. Let me explain. Your life, as it is now, is the result of code. Not digital code, but belief code. You've been running a mental program since childhood, written by parents, teachers, religion, media, society, and most of it wasn't even yours. You inherited fear like an old family heirloom. You absorbed scarcity from adults who were just trying to survive. You learned not to dream too big, not to shine too bright, not to speak too loud. But here's what no one told you. That code can be rewritten. Because buried underneath all that noise is something ancient, something sacred, a blueprint that's been dormant but not dead. It's what some call your wealth DNA, not just your capacity to earn money, but your capacity to receive, retain, and radiate abundance. Yes, science has proven that your DNA doesn't just carry physical traits. It also carries memory, emotional memory, energetic memory. Some cultures call it ancestral coding. Some call it karma. But here's the truth. You come from a lineage of survivors, creators, builders, kings and queens. But the world trained you to act like a servant. It trained you to think small, to feel guilty for wanting more, to stay in line, to fear risk, to obey. But inside you, right now, is the spark of something unstoppable. A wealth frequency that matches the vibration of the life you secretly dream about. The money, the freedom, the peace, the purpose. But to activate it, you need to do something terrifying. You must let go of the identity they gave you. The one who plays it safe, the one who blends in, the one who settles. Because the truth is, you can't access a new life while clinging to an old self. And I know that leap feels impossible. You're not sure who you'll be without your excuses. You're not sure who you'll become without your fears. But that's exactly why most people stay stuck. They think safety is found in the known, but real power lives in the unknown. So what now? Now you begin to rewrite the code, one belief at a time, one action at a time, one breath of courage at a time. You remind yourself every morning, I am not who they said I was. I am the author now. I choose wealth because I was born worthy of it. And no, it won't change overnight. But every time you choose differently, you weaken the old code. And every time you remember who you truly are, you reawaken the DNA of abundance. So, here you are. You've started to question. You've begun to remember. You've felt the spark flicker inside you. But now comes the part most never reach, the becoming. Because awareness isn't enough. You can't just know you're meant for more. You must live like it. You must make choices that match your future, not your past. You must say yes to things that scare you and no to things that drain you. You must walk away from comfort and walk toward power. And here's the twist no one expects. Power doesn't feel like control. It feels like alignment. Quiet, certain, magnetic. Not loud, not forced, not angry. It's the feeling of saying no and not needing to explain, of trusting your gut over their opinions, of building wealth not from hustle, but from clarity. You stop chasing, you start attracting. Because when your inner code shifts, your outer world obeys. You meet new people. You get new opportunities. Money starts flowing differently. And you begin to realize it was never about the money. It was about the frequency, the vibration you hold, the beliefs you embody, the identity you choose every single day. You don't hustle to become wealthy. You remove what blocks your natural wealth from flowing. And suddenly, life feels different. Not perfect, but alive. Yours. Let's be clear. This isn't magic. This is biology plus belief plus decision. It's the science of neuroplasticity, the energy of emotion, the truth hidden in your DNA. You were born for expansion. You were born for overflow. You were born with wealth DNA. And now you're finally ready to activate it. So the only question left is, will you go back to sleep, or will you keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when no one claps for you yet? Because if you do, you won't just change your life, you'll change your legacy. You'll become the one your ancestors dreamed of, the one your future children will thank, the one who broke the curse, cracked the code, and remembered the truth. You were never ordinary. You were never broken. You were just waiting to remember, waiting to rise, waiting for this moment. And now that it's here, you can't unsee it. So here's your next step. If something inside you is burning, not with fear, but with recognition, then follow that. There's a reason this message found you, and it's not by accident. It's time to activate your wealth DNA and begin the journey back to yourself. If you're ready to take the first real step, start with this free activation audio linked below. No hype, no pressure, just you remembering.